Let's talk about something I see all the time. One of the biggest and most frustrating traps in trading, that endless hunt for the perfect magical setup. It's this siren song, right? It promises you the world, but man, it almost always ends with a blown account and a whole lot of frustration. Sound familiar? You find a new system. It works for a little while, you feel like an absolute genius, and then, poof, it just stops working. So you chuck it in the bin and start the search all over again. If you're nodding your head right now, you're not alone. And trust me, we are about to break that cycle for good. And this is the loop. It's a hamster wheel, plain and simple. You find some shiny new setup, you get a few wins, and you're thinking, this is it. I finally found the holy grail. But then, a drawdown hits. And instead of understanding that it's just part of the game, you decide the strategy is garbage and go right back to square one, searching again. This cycle is probably the #1 reason so many aspiring traders fail. So let's just rip the Band-Aid off right now. The first major breakthrough you have to have is this. It is time to stop looking for that perfect setup. Because here's the hard truth. It doesn't exist. The whole idea of a foolproof money printing machine is a total myth. A winning trading plan is so much more than just an entry signal. I mean, think about it like this. A setup is just one tiny ingredient in a huge, complex recipe. A successful trade depends on you, the trader, on the market context, the time of day, how you manage the trade, how you manage your money. It's the whole kitchen, not just one spice. And this slide just lays out the difference perfectly. See, a setup addict has tunnel vision. They're obsessed with just one thing, the entry signal. But a professional, someone who actually treats trading like a business, they've got a much wider view. They're focused on their own psychology, the context of what the price is actually doing, how they're going to manage the trade once they're in it, and of course, money management. Honestly, the entry is often the least important part of that whole equation. Okay, and this leads us to one of the most powerful mindset shifts you can possibly make. We need to completely redefine what a good trade actually is. And spoiler alert, it has almost nothing to do with whether that single trade made or lost money. So what is a good trade then? Well, it's a trade that's based on a tested edge, a solid, repeatable reason for taking it. You can do it over and over again because you know exactly why you're doing it. And finally, it's a trade that over a big enough sample size proves to be profitable in the long run. Wow, and this little matrix here makes the idea so clear. You've got 4 boxes: good trades that win, good trades that lose, bad trades that win, and bad trades that lose. The setup addict is desperately trying to live in that top left box, but that's impossible. Your real goal is to operate entirely in the good column. And that means you have to accept from the bottom of your heart that this column will include both winning and losing trades. A good trade can lose money, a bad trade can get lucky and win. Your job is to focus on the process, not the random outcome of any single event. Let me put it another way. Think of your trading as a business. If you own a restaurant, you have to buy ingredients. That's a cost. For a trader, losing trades are simply the cost of doing business. They aren't just inevitable, they're a necessary, predictable expense on your path to finding those winning trades. Now, here's a truth that feels completely backward when you first hear it. One of the biggest leaps you'll make is realizing that trading more rarely ever equals making more money. For most of us, the opposite is true. I mean, the legendary trader Jesse Livermore said it best. Money is made by sitting, not trading. That constant desire for action, that itch to always be in the market, that's a trap. The real professionals understand that their main job is to wait patiently for the highest quality opportunities, not to trade just for the sake of it. And by being more selective, you gain these incredible advantages. You naturally control your risk. You give yourself crucial time between trades to actually review and learn without being clouded by emotion. You start to develop a real awareness of your own fear and greed. And you practice the vital skill of simply doing nothing, of sitting still while the market goes nuts. You know, there's actual science to back this up. It's a concept called decision fatigue. Think of your willpower like a battery on your phone. Every decision you make, especially a high-stakes one like taking a trade, drains that battery. So the more you trade, the more depleted you get, and the worse your decisions become. This is exactly why your biggest, dumbest mistakes often happen after a long string of trades. So let's tie all of this together. Let's talk about the core mental shifts, the aha moments that separate struggling traders from the ones who are resilient and last for the long haul. These are the epiphanies that change everything. First, you have to realize that it's the quality of your trades, not the quantity, that drives your profit. Second, you have to truly internalize that one single loss says absolutely nothing about your skill. It's just a business expense. And third, and this one is so critical, you need to understand that your survival depends not on how you plan for your wins, but on how meticulously you plan for your losses. So I'll leave you with this question. When you really think about it, the market is just pure uncertainty. You can't control the outcome of a trade. You can't control the news. You can't control the next tick of the price. So in all of that chaos, what is the one single thing that is 100% within your command? It's your process. That's it. You can control which trades you take based on your plan. You can control how much you risk. You can control how you react to a win or to a loss. The market is gonna do what the market is gonna do, but you and only you are in absolute control of your process. And that, my friends, is the difference between being a setup addict and a true business owner.